Good morning and welcome to day 26 of How to Start a Business. Today we're going to focus on 13 work from home jobs that don't require experience. I'm also going to give a salary range. So some of it really depends how much effort you want to go into it. So number one is a administrative assistant. So you can work for one person as administrative assistant full time, or you could create your own company and work part-time for a bunch of different people and be their administrative assistant. If you work for more people, you're gonna be able to make more money. So it's also going to be a lot more multitasking and keeping on top of things. So an administrative assistant can earn anywhere from $21,000 to $100,000 or more. Customer service representative, again, most companies have the need for customer service representatives. And if you work for one company as a customer service representative, you're going to make on the range of 26 to 50,000. If you work for multiple companies, you could bring that up to 60, 70, $80,000. It really just depends how much of your time and effort you want to put into being a customer service representative. One of the difference between customer service representative and administrative assistant, there's going to be like certain amount of work you need to get done. So if you are, willing to get up at 4 a.m. or if you're a fast worker, you can handle more people to be their administrative assistant. A customer service representative, there's generally specific hours you work. So you can't really work for, 4 people and have overlapping hours because there's only one of you. Number 3 is a data entry, and you'll make between $23,000 and $42,000, $45,000 in data entry. These numbers might be off a little bit. We've had 2022 very tight labor market, a lot of inflation, so a lot of wage inflation. These numbers I've gotten from various sources on the internet, and they actually didn't provide a date. So if you were going to go look for a job, I would ask for 20% more and negotiate down. Don't settle for their first offer. Number 4 is an interpreter. So if you are fluent in a foreign language and you're fluent in English, interpreters are needed everywhere. And call center representatives definitely need to know multiple language. And if you have that skill, you should be paid more than the person that just speaks English. An interpreter can make between $35,000 and $90,000. And again, that's also going to depend on what language you know. I think if you know English and Spanish, we have a lot of Spanish speakers in the country. If you end up knowing a language there's still a decent amount of people in the United States that speak that language, but it's also not as common, you can get paid higher. The next one is a social media evaluator or a web evaluator. These positions, you usually can look for between $36,000 and $60,000 in these positions. Social media is everywhere. Most brands have social media. Car companies, so you can be a social media evaluator for someone like myself and my wealth management business, which I don't make enough money yet to hire someone to do that. But yeah, you can have the smaller companies versus the larger companies. When you get to Mercedes-Benz, they're going to hire an actual huge full service company to do that. But you can also work for that company because that does the website evaluators, because again, you can do that from home, especially now after COVID. I think it's a lot more flexibility to get these positions to work from home. Tech support is something that easily can be done at home. You can look between making $60,000 and $150,000, and again, it's going to depend on your skills. So, the more knowledge you have that's specific and the niche you create, where there's demand, the more money you're going to be able to make. Travel consultant. We've used travel consultant a couple of times when we've gone overseas because we want to make sure that we have all the visas and the passport and everything that we need, international driver's license, what have you, to travel. So a travel consultant can make between $30,000 and $60,000. And if you've done a lot of traveling, that is something that you can get in and do because you have the knowledge already because you've done it. A sales representative, depending on your skill set, so you can be, work in the financial markets and be a sales representative and make upwards of $100,000 to $150,000. You can be a sales representative for the local pest control company, and again, if you're good at being a sales representative, you can make upwards from there. But a sales representative generally is going to start around $30,000. An English teacher, a tutor. Those you can all do virtual from home. I do have a video out there, which are side hustles for teachers, and it lists all the different companies websites that you can actually go to as a teacher to, sell your services. You also can create a social media page, go to your local, our town and I guess a couple towns came together and we have a community page where people will put up services such as tutoring. A tutor can make anywhere from about $33,000 to $85,000. And again, my daughter's being tutored right now in a foreign language, and she's tutored, twice a week for a half hour each. And this woman makes $100, and she only wants to have I think she tutors 3 kids, and that's it. But I know other people that have made a complete career and have office space being a tutor. They charge $100 an hour. They're working 10-hour days, 6 days a week. They're able to make a lot of money doing that. Excuse me, sorry. A writer and a proofreader, you can make between $30,000 and $80,000. And again, it depends. Are you proofreading books? Are you proofreading websites? Are you proofreading legal documents, medical pamphlets? Those you're going to make a lot more money on it versus, maybe let's say a website. So virtual assistant is very much in demand. I'm a sole proprietorship. I do have an assistant that is offsite. I haven't met her yet. She does all my work for me. She can log into my computer, into my system, and get things done for me. She is wonderful. 99.7% of businesses are sole proprietorships. I just read that off of the irs.gov website. And so, yeah, instead of having your own assistant and then you have to get an office. So right now I work out of my office in my home. If I had somebody working on site, then I'd have to get office space, obviously pay all of her benefits, all of that. Now as a virtual assistant, I don't have to have those additional expenses, which makes it, really nice to run my business lean and mean. This next job, when I was researching, I found really surprising. I didn't know it actually was a paid position. So some websites, Facebook, they'll have community managers and they're actually paid. Not all the time. It depends what the site is. It depends if the members are paying. So usually it's if members are paying. I know YouTube has some premium services where you can create these communities and you pay, but a community manager can make between $40,000 and $85,000. Now it really depends specifically on that, community, because you do have to have paying members. So I don't think our local Facebook page for our area has a community manager that's getting paid. And number 13 is a social media manager. So you have a social media evaluator. There's also social media assistants, but then there's social media managers. So that's just somebody who knows more. I think I would hire my kids. My kids could probably learn very quickly to be social media assistants, since they're on it all the time. But to be a social media manager, you have to be, a step up. They have to more drive sales. So I think an assistant is really just going to help you, make sure you're tweeting, your Pinterest and your stories the same throughout. A manager is going to take more of a hands-on role and help you get the views and the followers and the subscribers and everything else you're needing. But a social media manager can make anywhere from $40,000 to $150,000. And again, they don't have to be on site, and so they can manage. They could be my manager and 4 or 5 other people's managers, as long as they're doing a good job and staying on top of things. So those are 13 jobs that you can do from home that you don't need any specific work experience. So good luck getting a job. I hope you guys are all doing well. And my next video is going to be on new business ideas. So if you don't like any of these, work for other people with no experience. So there's some new business ideas coming up next. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.